All right, everybody. My name is Jeff Livingston, and I am here with Nathan Jones, VP Public Sector at Sonar. How are you today, Nathan?
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Very cool. And we were just having a very interesting conversation about vibe coding and generative AI being used to create software code. And obviously, this is a hot trend. I don't know how many times I've seen people on LinkedIn humble bragging about their new vibe coding app that they just created. And even I have done a little of this after my wife beat me to it,
Mhm.
which was a moment of shame for me. But all jokes aside, Sonar obviously helps people, and particularly agencies and government bodies, implement code that's generated by AI, but do so in a secure fashion. Do you want to talk about how you guys do that?
Exactly. Yes, I do. And we'd be happy to look at that vibe code you created and see.
You do not want that.
Let's take a look at it. We call it verify. So our big theme, marketing theme, is vibe, then verify. Because when you're looking at, we've been around for 15 years doing code quality for all kinds of different code sets. But with the advent of so much AI generating code, the need for a review process, the need to verify what is being generated by all these different cool models is more important than any of the years of human created code that have been around. So we have actually built, even done white papers around the different models out there, which are more quality, if you will. But it's not even our recommendation that, like, use one that's a really good quality LLM. Our point is use them all, and some of them may be very, very innovative, but then apply a different stringent rule set to the ones that are more risky. And we can give you that intelligence to know which ones are and which ones aren't, and then you can clean up that code and you can create kind of even your own internal learning from it to get better and better, right? So AI coding creates tons of efficiency, but there is a lot of waste of junk code that's created as well. Our goal is 100% to fix that, make it quicker for developers so that they can have fun doing the vibe coding and clean it up quickly.
Interesting. And, everybody's into the horse race, so to speak. So don't want to hurt anybody, but who are some of the top platforms that are used for coding, at least based off of your experience as a company?
Yeah, so we don't really pick any kind of horse in that race. I mean, to us, you may have your own LLMs that you're using inside the walls. You may be using Claude or GPT-4 or 5 or whatever. We everybody has a different reason for using a different model.
Right.
And our whole point is we support any code language, any model, and and as new ones come out, our goal is to learn from them, right? And then iterate and be able to articulate what are the the strengths and weaknesses of each.
Outstanding. So all these platforms are now creating their code specific versions. And now we're seeing vibe coding platforms drive, but the government world is different. And obviously, you just can't create an app, maybe clean it up a little bit and deploy it. Talk about some of the challenges that this type of generative coding brings to a federal or a state or local environment.
Yeah, unique to government. I mean, I only do government business. I run public sector, and I've done this for my whole career. I started Red Hat's government business and ran that for 20 years. So very much focused on kind of how do we take new technology and bring it into the government. And the big difference from my commercial colleagues is just that the government is more risk averse because of a lot of very unique mission requirements, and they have our data as citizens. So it's righteous that they are. So this kind of approach to saying, hey, we're going to consider AI use, but we're going to do it in small steps, pilots, and how do we mitigate risk, right? That's like the number one thing we've talked to government clients about is how can they mitigate risk? And so we're just very helpful to them in mitigating that risk of, hey, use AI, but make sure you have 100% code coverage on that AI code creation.
Sure.
And they don't even have 100% code coverage on their legacy apps, but now when you're starting something new, you can actually say that, right? But
Yeah.
if you've inherited apps for years, you don't know who wrote some of the code. You don't know even what some of the code does. But with AI, there's a unique opportunity here to say, as they actually implement an AI model, as they start using Copilot or something, I mean, most are just getting their feet wet with that. Um, they immediately make sure that every line of code created with Copilot is linked up to the tools that we have to be able to make sure they're checking those and they cover them and they create rules around them that they can evolve over time.
Right. And just to help folks get their those that are not indoctrinated in the coding world, help them understand some of those risks, right? My understanding is when code is created in this way, it's often sloppy in the sense that the code is a little bit wild. The LLM's just trying to literally meet the request and may create excess code and may create loopholes and may create breaks in the code. Can you talk about some of those risks that are present when we're dealing with this kind of environment?
Yeah, it does all of that. In fact, we on our website, Sonar Cube is the name of our product and our website. And if you go there, you can actually see this very long white paper we did that looked at the different ones. And you're right, there are some like that. Some are very good, and some are create again a lot of waste. But being able to just understand which one is which, and looking out for that, and then once you find that through our guidance or through your own learned knowledge of practical use in your code development, the beauty of it is you can save like a rule set and then reuse it the next time you do it. And so you can get faster and faster at being able to bless this code. But there's been a lot of studies that, and our white paper references some of these articles, but some of the big cloud compute vendors and stuff talk about how AI coding is helping them be 30% more productive. But really, once you factor in all the maintenance that has to go into that code creation and fix, it's really only like a 10% increase in true productivity because you have a lot of this cleanup to do. Now, but you will, the minute you do it once and then you can again do it faster and faster every time. And the models are going to get, well, I don't know, the models are going to get more and more innovative, and some may get sloppier, some may get higher quality, but you'll probably want to use both.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about, oops, sorry. Can you talk a little bit about how Sonar addresses some of those challenges?
Yeah, so again, we built a tool set. It was designed for your any kind of traditional code base. And it's just a natural fit. One of the reasons I joined a little over a year ago, from my years of development and work at Red Hat, was that I could see that this was a huge pain point. And Sonar develops everything in the open source, so we're an open source vendor, open source player. And then we produce this product that allows people to again check their code quality, scan it, and integrate with any other SDLC tool they have. So the beauty of it is that you're literally as a developer, probably going to love using SonarCube, but you might use it inside of your IDE. So you'll be developing in your traditional IDE of choice, and we work like a spell checker where it's going to tell you that you're making a mistake as you're writing and what we suggest you fix. So that's how our products work. On the other hand, from a security perspective and everything, we integrate with all of the SDLCs so that you can go, if you're a security person, you go into your GitLab, GitHub, Atlassian, anything, you can look in there and actually see the results of all of your scans, and you can send things back to developers. So we're really this glue, niche glue, very specifically on the code quality side that plugs into anything else to help the developer just get their job done better, quicker, and really be unobtrusive, right? So same application, we do it the exact same way in AI created code or human created code.
Can you tell me a little bit about the shift left approach?
So our whole mission in the IT industry and in the SDLC is to really drive quality and security at the point of development. So literally, as I said, like as you're writing that code, if you as a developer have real time feedback that shows you that you are writing something that wouldn't pass security, that violates in DoD, the STIG, or some kind of security rule, or you've exposed secrets or whatever it is, it's going to tell you literally on your screen as you're writing. Imagine that as a developer. You can fix it right away. You don't have to wait for security to send it back to you. And you're happy, right? Because you fixed it. It's much less expensive to fix those things at the point of creating them. So that's what we call shift left. That's as left as you can get. The minute that code is written, if it's wrong, you get it. Now, if you've created code with AI, before you push it into the main branch or into production, you're going to scan that code, you're going to look at it, and you're going to say, oh, I better not commit that because security's going to send that right back to me.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. And that does bring in the ethos of continuous improvement and always ongoing
Yeah,
types of development that we're starting to see as a result of the AI revolution.
right. Yeah,
So,
we talk about shift left, but in terms of the continuous integration and that model, the thing there is that once you find an issue, if your security folks found it or you found it in production, um, the fact that you can send that back to the developer can then build a rule set around it and a gate that prevents them from doing it again, right? So that's really where you're continuously improving is you now had a mistake, you recorded it, you built a rule around it so that the tool actually helps you from doing that same mistake again. And no developer wants to go fix the same problem again in another app. They want to know up front and actually be able to apply it to their entire code base.
very cool. So let's end on a little bit of a futurist bend, if you would. How do you see this evolving, just the coding world over the next couple of years as AI improves?
So our big thing that we've announced is we have integration with MCP server now, but even in the future, we're even going to have more agent-based tools that fix the problems. So not only now can we right now identify the problem in AI code and in regular code, but we will now have and customers will have their own agents, but they can use our agents to actually go and repair the problem. So the question is going to be how much in government do they trust that trust the AI to write the code, trust the AI agents to fix the code. But all of that is the future. And in commercial, they're definitely leaning into it. And again, people are experimenting right now with our current MCP server capability, but in the future, we'll have native AI agents that can fix your code and learn from other customers, right? Learn run our cloud solution. I mean, we have disconnected versions of all of our stuff for government, but in the commercial world, we can learn from one customer. If they share it, you can apply it to other customers. So this continuous learning model with fixing capability from agents is awesome.
Wow.
And again, the developers can do the more fun stuff. Like, you can do the development that you want to do instead of the basic nuts and bolts around the app that you don't want to do.
It feels like a Neil Stevenson novel.
Okay, I guess.
Yes, sounds good. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you
Really
so much for the
appreciate
time.
it.
I appreciate it.
Hope you get a lot of attention. You guys deserve it. Thanks, Nathan.